and it's Sunday, December 6, 2015. And today's video, we're going to have not really a cafe video. I mean, we're working on the cafe, but it's going to be a general, kind of a general maintenance cleaning video. You're looking at the motor from the cafe. I've got it in a tub there, so you can see. And we are going to show you how to clean it. Some of the tools I use down here. Reason why I'm making this video is because the 250F video, a lot of people had commented and sent me PMs, how did I get the motor so clean? Although this one doesn't look that dirty, I can assure you that it is. The lighting is not doing it justice. It actually doesn't look too bad through the viewfinder. So I assume on camera it's not going to look too bad. Before we get to that, we do have a new project in the house. It's not mine, it's my second cousin's, and it is a KX125. Now we're probably not going to do a whole lot to this. I mean, I'll tear it down, I got to clean it up a little bit, but it's actually in really good shape. Fallon plugs every time you ride. So we'll get down to the bottom of that. It's got a cracked boot, and we've got a cracked pipe, which I may try to fix. I don't know if my welder will handle it without blowing through it. But look for some videos on that. And there's the Lonely Cafe. It actually fell today. But we'll get some more videos on the cafe. And speaking of the cafe, I'm not sure exactly what my ultimate plan is going to do with that. I may just put it together as best as I can and then sell it as a project, because honestly, if you haven't already noticed, I've kind of lost interest. I don't know, lost interest. I really dig working on the dirt bikes. So I'm glad I have one in the shop here, in the garage. So maybe, we'll see some more cafe videos. We'll do some stuff to it, but really don't want to throw any money into it. And, with the holidays, and haven't had the time, which today is kind of an odd thing that I do have the time. I'm supposed to spend some time with my grandson, but that'll be this evening. So it kind of got a little bit of free time, and I'm giving it to you. So the battery is about to die in the camera, so we're going to take a quick break. You won't notice it. It'll be about a second, and then we'll be back with the camera plugged in. So stay tuned. And just like that, we are back. We're going to go over the cleaners and the tools that I use. So I use two different cleaners here. I use Grease Lightning and I use Purple Power. I primarily use the Purple Power, but I will use both. Some stains seem to work better with the Grease Lightning, and others seem to work better with the Purple Power. So it just kind of depends. But I always keep both those on tap there. Use a variety of brushes. These are actually bicycle brushes. This one here, just like for chains and all that, I use that. I use just like a regular wheel brush in the car. This is also another bicycle style brush, but you can use anything. It's just a hard bristle brush, get into the cracks. I use kind of like a broom style brush. This is again a bicycle. And I use some steel wool. So what I'll do is I'll spray it down. Start with Grease Lightning here. And I'll let it sit for a few minutes. Those fumes, I actually sprayed a little bit on here already. These fumes will, they're pretty bad. And then I'll start out with this brush here, just kind of, you can see there's dirt right here. Mud or sludge. We'll zoom in a bit too. Don't know how well that's going to catch it. And then I'll take a towel or a rag or whatever, start wiping it down. You can see all this crud, even though it looks fairly clean in the video, or at least through the viewfinder, it's not clean at all. So I'll just get all the cracks, crannies. And then if that's not enough, like we've got a little stubborn stain there, taking off some of the paint there, or some. Then I'll use the Scotch-Brite, or this is just not really Scotch-Brite, this is a actual, just a wire pad, just the cheap Harbor Freight ones. So I'll use that, then I'll wipe it down again just to see my progress, and I'll just go over the whole motor. So you can see this area here. See that brown and all that gunk there? We'll go ahead, do a good amount there. Should have pulled these wires off. Doesn't matter, just the ground. Both. Should have wore a mask. And then we'll start. See, that's not going to work for that. Plus we need to let it sit in, but this is just crud here. See how well, I mean, this is 40 years of sludge. And you're going to go through a lot of towels. So I recommend using paper towels. Shop towels you can use, but you're going to dirty them up pretty quick. And the longer you let it sit, the better it will do. Less work for you, but we're making a video here. Also, everything splats up on your hands. So, see how dirty that's getting? Maybe not, probably not. We want to get, especially if you're going to paint, you want to get everything. Now we're going to paint some of this, but not all this motor. Now this was covered, otherwise I could have, this was actually where the starter cover and everything was. I could have maybe power washed this, got a little bit of this off before we started cleaning it like this. Even the shaft, everything just caked on this thing. See down here, I mean this is not, just with your finger it's not coming off, so. I'm surprised how well some of these cleaners actually work. Unless you want to get this all over your garage floor, I would definitely put it in a tub. Like we've done here. So you can see this section here is already and you're going to use a decent amount of spray. Should probably stuff some towels over under here, but I actually want to clean out all this old oil as well, in my case. So, a little bit of a stubborn one right there. And as you can see, first started, that was black. Now it looks, that particular section looks new again. So we're going to do the whole entire motor. Hopefully we'll get it done today without any interruptions, and I'll be able to post this video tonight. And you can see the finished product, but who knows? Around here, you just never know what little 3-year-old is going to pop in and say Papa. And then you run and you do whatever he wants to do. So that's usually what happens. For those of you that always wonder about the cafe builds and Why are the videos so boring now? Because just knives and stuff? Well, that's all I have time for usually. And then with a motor like this, all these nooks and crannies and everything, I will go over it with, I'll spray some air on it too with the compressor. You see, before you didn't even see a bearing here. And this is how dirty this bad boy is. Like I said, this is 40 years. Over 40 years. This is 73. So this is pretty old. And I guarantee you that plate has never been off there, and this has never been cleaned. Because it still had the original sprockets on it too. So yeah, I mean, this is just, takes time. It'll take a couple hours just to get this bad boy looking completely new again, pretty much, but in my opinion, it's worth it. Dirt bike motor, it's not gonna take it that long. At least it doesn't me. So that's it. We're gonna keep on cracking at this, and then when we're done, we'll show you what it looks like, and then show you what we're gonna paint probably. Not a whole lot. So be on the lookout for the end of this video, and we'll see you soon. And there is just some of the crud that came off that motor. We're going to go ahead and go over to the motor and show you what it looks like. Pretty much done. Maybe a little scrub here and there, but you'll get to see what it looks like now. So we'll be right back. And we are back. You can see it looks pretty clean now. This whole area here, if you remember from the video, was all black. I mean, it was completely black. The back side of it was pretty much black. Now this little tarnish around the edges, I don't know if that's showing up. That's not going to come off. I could paint it if I wanted to do that. This is a 42-year-old motor, so I'm pretty happy with the results. So if you have a, like in my case, a YZ250F that was at the time, what, 10 years old, whatever it was, come clean pretty easy compared to a 42-year-old motor. But this looks really, really nice in my opinion. All the fins, another little tip for you. For the fins, just get a nice thick cloth and then just rub in between real good. All the fins, these are just the cooling fins, and you'll get those nice and shined up too. My original plan was to kind of paint the fins black. I don't know if I'm going to do that, we'll see, because they actually look really good now, whereas before they were so dirty they didn't look good. So I may just keep it natural. Here's this side. Some of this is just case wear. So like in here, this is not going to come off. That's just plain old case wear from rocks, whatever may have been the case. Up here is pretty clean. Got some crud up in this area that we still need to address. So still need to get that. Most of that came off, but there's a little bit. You can see a little bit on the rag there. Not too much. Pretty clean. Also took the air from the compressor, cleaned those out real good, dried them, and then back to the other side. So this side's the most impressive. This doesn't even really matter right here because this is all going to be covered up again. So it's really not a big deal, but like this area here is kind of exposed. That's nice and clean looking. All this up here is exposed. It's all clean looking. Really happy with the results. The most important tools again are going to be the Purple Power. Love this stuff. That's what I use. I use mostly this on the 250F, and the Grease Lightning, which again, I use both. If one doesn't take it off, usually the other one does, vice versa. I don't know why that is, but Purple Power seems to be the best all around. I think this commercial for Purple Power, but it's not. I have no affiliation with them or anything. So once this is done completely drying, which it really is, but we'll give it a day or so, we may throw some paint on those fins. If not, we'll start replacing. I got a bolt kit for it, which I've had for a while. I do I should say, like to get some covers off of eBay for it, but I don't know if I'm going to do that. It just depends. Depends on what I run into. I don't know. I don't want to spend too much on them, but just looking through my stash of parts here. All right, I was looking for something in particular, and I'm not finding it. But anyway, so that's it. If you have any questions or comments, please post those below. Subscribe, and thanks for watching.